Hi, welcome back. I am ready to move on to part 2, the Midnight Masks of the Night of the Zealot campaign that I'm playing through with the new starter decks. I've got Harvey Walters and Nathaniel Cho here. I have spent the 6 experience points that we got in the first scenario. So for Nathaniel, I cannot remember what I took out now at this point, but I got him a Dynamite Blast with 3 of the experience points. It's an event, so I'm pretty sure with his ability we can add another damage to this. But I got this because he's supposed to be our fighter, and I'm going to have him, if we need to, deal damage if we've got multiple enemies at a location either where we are, or it can hit enemies at a connecting location. Also got him for 3 points a taunt. It's fast, can be played during a free trigger window. He can engage any number of enemies at his location. For each enemy engaged this way, deal it 1 damage and draw 1 card. This is also an event. So I think we can use this to, if we're at the same location as Harvey, to engage some enemies off of Harvey, or just pull everybody that's at a location into our combat character. So we'll shuffle that up a little bit more. And for Harvey, I could not resist spending 5 on the Necronomicon. We get 6 uses out of this thing. We can spend 1 to add +2 to a skill test. We can spend 2 to draw 2 cards, 3 to discover a clue at any location, which I think is amazing. Or we could spend 4 to deal 3 damage to an enemy engaged with you. So with the additional 1 experience point, I bought the Library Docent. So here, the Library Docent, when she enters play, you can return a tome asset you control to its owner's hand, then play a different tome asset from your hand, reducing its cost by 2. So playing the other tome asset, okay, that's fine. But the big thing here is if I can get this combo worked out, the rulebook is very specific that, it doesn't say anything on this card. I don't know if it's the rulebook or I think it's the rules reference. This card does not say that when it's out of uses, you have to discard it. So it stays in play. So we can use the Library Docent to pull the Necronomicon back into our hand, replay it, and get 6 more uses out of it. Put 6 more secrets on it. In a short campaign like this, I'll probably be lucky to pull something like that off. But maybe a good note to take if you were going to take Harvey through one of the longer campaigns. What do those have? 8 or 9 scenarios in them? I can't remember now if the deluxe expansions come with 2 or 3 scenarios in them, and then you get the 6 packs that go with them. And then you can always put in something like Murder at the Excelsior or Curse of the, how do you say it? Ragaroo? Rougarou? I don't remember. And make it even longer, All right, so we're doing the Midnight Masks. Got our reference card here. Let's read the intro. So Lita came with us, so we go to intro 2. In the wake of the disaster at your home, Lita Chandler, the red-haired woman from your parlor, lays out a tale that, even in light of what you have just witnessed, strains the limits of your belief. The creatures in your home, she claims, are called ghouls, cruel beings who plague the crypts, caverns, and tunnels beneath the city of Arkham. These creatures feed on the corpses of humans, and they're served by a dark cult within Arkham, whose members have inexplicably come to worship the ancient master of the ghouls. This cult has been killing innocent people and feeding them to the ghouls, satiating a monstrous hunger. A dark balance was maintained until now. Recently, Lita continues, one of their lairs where the corpses were stored was destroyed. Since then, the ghouls have been more active than usual. I've tracked their movements and tried my best to stop them from running amok throughout the city. But I think there is something worse going on. The cult has been planning something darker and more ominous than anything I have yet observed. Indications are that this plan shall come to fruition tonight, shortly after midnight. Beyond that, I cannot fathom what to expect. Many of the cultists, Lita continues, will seem like everyday people, despite their foul intentions. Whenever the cult meets, its members don masks shaped like the skulls of various animals to protect their identities from one another. These masks are our mark, symbols of death and decay. We must unmask the cultists to expose and derail their plans. We have but a few hours. The more cultists we find before midnight, the better. Hence the name of the scenario, the Midnight Masks. Setup. So I've gathered these encounter cards, and we've got the cult cards in a different pile up here. We have to choose one of the two south side and one of the two downtown locations at random and set the other one aside. Okay. And since there's two players in the game, we had to put one acolyte into play. And the acolyte says, we had to put it into play at south side. And the acolyte says when it enters play, it places a doom on it. So the doom that's on this acolyte counts towards our doom total up over there. Our house burned to the ground, so there would normally be a house location here. But since we burned it down, it's out of play. And if the ghoul priest was still alive, we would shuffle it into the encounter deck. But we killed him. So he's not still alive. All right, let's read agenda. Predator or prey? Lita seems convinced of a conspiracy within the city of Arkham. She believes that a secret cult serves the ghouls that live in the crypts beneath the city, and that several of the cult's prominent members are scattered throughout Arkham. As you begin searching for them, you can't shake the feeling that you too are being hunted. This has an action on it. We could resign. You don't want to risk taking too long, so you head to safety with the information you've gathered. And 6 Doom will advance the agenda. And there's only one act card this time. You have one night to find the members of this cult and unveil their plan. The more members of the cult you find and interrogate before midnight, the better. And there's an action on here. The investigators spin 2 clues per investigator as a group. Draw the top card of the cultist deck. So we will need 4 clues. Investigators spin 2 clues per investigator. Yeah, so 4 clues to draw the top card of the cultist deck. Objective, find as many unique cultist enemies as you can and add them to the victory display. If there are 6 unique cultist enemies in the victory display, advance. Note, not all 6 of them are in the cultist deck. So some are probably in the encounter deck, if I remember correctly. And we'll give that another shuffle before we draw from it. So I think we're ready to draw our hands. We start at Rivertown. Let's see. If your house burns to the ground, each investigator begins play at Rivertown. So we've got Nathaniel and Harvey at Rivertown, which means we can flip it over. The banks of the Miskatonic River are lined with docks, warehouses, and small shops in a district aptly named Rivertown. There's something unsettling about the water of the Miskatonic River tonight. It ripples and bubbles as though something is moving beneath the surface. And we got 1 clue per investigator. So these are not like anything special or premium or anything. These little connector arrows. My wife cut them out for me on her Cricut machine. So they're just kind of like sturdier paper. Kind of not really thick cardstock, but kind of cardstock, and just double arrows. And then I've got some single arrow ones just in case there's ever something that goes one way. I kind of like looked at a place online that sells connector sets and saw what came in one that they sold, and I was like, just make me that many of each. So before looking at my hands, what I think I'm going to do, just as I talk about a plan, I'm going to move Nathaniel down here to south side to take out this cultist to start with, just so we can get rid of this doom token. I'll have Harvey get those clues at Rivertown. 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a fight event, a counter punch, a 1-2 punch, a vicious blow, and a get over here. I kind of want to dig for some assets. There's a lot of good events here. Although I do like counter punch. But I want to dig for some assets to get out. Oh, speaking of playing cards, it'll be hard to play cards without resources. And Harvey does have 1 mental trauma. So I'm going to leave that up over here on this side to show me that he's already got 1 damage that can't be taken down. So I think I'm just going to draw 5 entire new cards. This is where more experience with the game probably would help. So Flesh Ward, not a bad asset. Boxing Gloves, another good asset to get. We haven't seen Boxing Gloves yet. We had Flesh Ward in the last scenario. I was tempted to get the upgrade to Boxing Gloves. I think it would have made a +2 and 9 cards that you can search when you defeat an enemy. But this is still good. +1 fight. Relentless, another asset. Boxing Gloves takes up both of your hand slots. Flesh Ward and Arcane slot. We got to get over here, which allows us to engage and fight an enemy at either our location or a connecting location. That's interesting. Safeguard. We didn't get this one last time. After another investigator moves from your location to a connecting location, exhaust Safeguard to move to that location. Well, we got 4 out of 5 assets. I said I wanted some assets. Mulligan rule in this game is amazing. It's the right way to do it. I mean, there's a reason you don't want those cards. I mean, you want them there, or they wouldn't be in your deck. If you built the deck, I guess I didn't build these decks. But cards have their place. Some are better at the beginning, some are better at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get Nathaniel's hand up here. Come on, Necronomicon. We did get Witten Green. Her big benefit comes if we have a tome, but if I get her out early and I move and reveal a location, she could dig for an asset. She could dig for a tome. Let's Burn the Midnight Oil is actually good too, though. Cryptic Writings we want to draw from our deck. Deduction could give us both of the clues. I think we should keep that. Burning the Midnight Oil, when the action begins, gain 2 resources. Higher Education. I think I want to dig a little bit more, even though I do want to get Witten Green out. We'll see how helpful she is. We don't keep the weakness. Oh, 2 Preposterous Sketches. It's going to help us draw cards. Hey, Necronomicon! Now I got choices on my first turn. Now I got choices. So Harvey's sitting at 7 health and 7 sanity because of his mental trauma from watching his house burn down. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start. I think I might want to start with Nathaniel, just to see what's going on down there at the south side. But before we move and get engaged, I'm going to spend 3 to get boxing gloves out to get our bonus for fighting. So we'll do our second action to move down to the south side. Middle-class houses with gambrel roofs crowd together between the streets of Southside. The neighborhood is known for its culture and social landmarks such as South Church, Ma's Boarding House, and the Historical Society. Shroud of 3. 1 clue per investigator. For an action, you can draw 3 cards. Limit once per game. Okay, so 1 investigator, or 1 clue per investigator. We're here, and the acolyte will engage us when we move onto that location. And we're going to, we don't have any cards here to use an event to attack with. So our third action will be to fight this acolyte. Oops, dropped Harvey's deck box. Oh, I also got out these trauma resources, or yeah, these like premium resources, I think from Top Shelf. So when enemies don't take this kind of trauma though, when my allies take mental trauma, I'll use those to mark it instead of these markers, instead of the Team Covenant ones, just so I have to make sure I have enough of them. Okay, the acolyte does have a fight of 3. I've got a fight of 5 here, plus 1 here is 6. So we're up 3. And I don't have any negative effects from anything. Okay, we're up 3. Auto fail. Off to a cracking start. All right, so we'll take a damage from that when it's their turn. And Nathaniel is done. All right, so we don't have 7 resources, we've got 5 resources. Oh, I really want to get the Necronomicon out. I'm going to use deduction to hopefully get both of those clues. But while I've got the ability, I'm going to pay 2 resources to play Preposterous Sketches. Only if there's a clue at your location, draw 3 cards. I'm pretty sure we had this card last time. Okay, and because I'm drawing cards during the investigation phase, I can use this ability to draw an extra card. So I'm going to draw 4. 2, 3, 4. So we got our other deduction, our disc, our occult invocation in case we need to fight at some point. Okay, so that was one action. Let's investigate at Rivertown. It has a shroud of 1. Our book is 5, but we're going to add deduction to it. It's a skill card. If the skill test is successful while investigating, we can discover an additional clue. So with that book, we're at 6-1. Hopefully we've got our tentacle draw out of the way. Okay, so we succeed by a lot, and we get both of these clues. Now, I think we play... I wonder if we move around as a group and just have Nathaniel fighting, or do we split up? If I look at these connectors, we could kind of like go around. Maybe we get to the graveyard. Just go around together. I want to get the Necronomicon out, so we're going to spend our last 3 resources, and we'll get 6 markers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where are you going? I actually could spend all 6 of those to discover. We could like move right past a location and get the clues at that location later. Okay, so that's all 3 of Harvey's actions. Enemy phase. We're going to get attacked here, take a damage. And reset. Nothing is exhausted, so we'll flip these guys back over. And I almost remember, can you heal at the hospital? Maybe we should go the other way. So maybe it will be damaged later. I think you can. That's where knowledge of the game helps. All right, so let's draw Laboratory Assistant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's get our resources and draw. Monster Slayer is a fight event that's going to deal an extra damage. We would do 3 total if we used our ability with that. All right, we checked our hand size limit. Now we go put a Doom and bad cards. Harvey's card, in case it surges, I guess we have to wait. Uh-oh. Spawn any empty location after Acolyte enters play. Place 1 Doom on it. We'll put it here, or do I want to go this way? Let's go to the Miskatonic University next. So we already got 3 Doom. 1, 2, 3. I'm glad he doesn't engage. He spawns somewhere else. And now Nathaniel's card, Obscuring Fog. Attached to your location, limit 1 per location. Attached location gets +2 Shroud. After attached location is successfully investigated, discard Obscuring Fog, which is going to make the Shroud value here 5. So Southside is a good candidate to have its clues discovered with the Necronomicon. Okay, Investigator phase. All right, Nathaniel. We're fighting this acolyte. 6 to 3, we're up 3. -2, so we pass it by 1. So the acolyte is gone. We will discard it there. Actually, find as many unique cultist enemies as you can find. I think the unique cultists are the ones that have the asterisk on the top. Yeah, the acolyte's not going to count. I don't think the acolyte counts. So that was his first action. And let's just get on a roll here. Let's move to the Miskatonic University and reveal it. Search the top 6 cards of your deck for a tome or spell card and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. This has a victory point on it. A Shroud of 4. Let's engage the acolyte. And we'll just fight him. I don't think we need to play any cards for this. Yeah, I think we're okay. Let's just fight him. It's 6-3 again. Oh, you know what? Backtrack a little bit. I'm going to exhaust my boxing gloves for when I defeated that acolyte. Because after I defeat an enemy, I can exhaust this to search the top 6 cards of my deck for a spirit event and add it to my hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counterpunch is a spirit event. Asset Glory is a spirit event. And Tommy Malloy. Does he come out now? Or is it only when you draw? I'm gonna have to look this rule up on. Does Tommy come out now? Is that? I think that's the danger of searching your deck. So I'll be right back. All right, I don't think it does. Weaknesses, it says when they're drawn, and I'm not drawing. It very specifically it says searching. So unless someone knows otherwise and can leave me a comment down below, I don't think I have to worry about Tommy. So my options for spirit events are Glory and Counterpunch, and I will take Counterpunch. So the rest of this stuff gets shuffled in. And this should actually go in my hand, not on top of my boxing gloves. Okay, so our last action, we fought, we moved. Now we're going to fight the acolyte that just engaged us. So it's another 6-3. 6-3 test. Okay, so we're still up by 1. I think we drew -2 both times. So he is also defeated. Get that doom out of there. Oh, we got to put our clues out here. 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm glad this one did not get Obscuring Fog. I'm going to leave those there for a while because I can get clues from my Necronomicon at any location. So we'll go to Harvey's turn. He's only got one. He's only got one resource. We will move here for 1. Now we will investigate. Don't have anything right now that gives me. Yeah, I can't afford to play her. I cannot afford to play. Oh, deduction is just a skill. So I've got my other deduction here. We will investigate with our second action. Playing deduction to get the book here and hopefully get a second clue. Okay, so we are at 6 and it has a Shroud of 4. So not a guarantee here. Pretty good ability there at the Miskatonic University for Harvey anyway. Search the top 6 cards of your deck for a tome or spell card. Okay, -1. And we were up by 2, so we succeed. We will take both of these. So now the question is it dangerous because we have no actions left to do the action to draw the top cultist. I think it probably is. Let's take the action from the location. Search the top 6 cards of our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For a tome or spell. Ally. Tome. Tome. Weakness, and that's another copy of that same tome. So there's another example of searching, and a weakness came out. I think I'll take this. Choose investigate your location. Investigators +2 to a skill of your choice until the end of the phase. That's pretty good too, and I could play that next time. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the encyclopedia. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so that was his 3 actions. He's done. We've got no enemies out here. We can flip back over. Ready our exhausted card. Take our resources. And get a card. Forbidden Tome. I should have looked through his upgrades last game because there are some cool things that once you've translated the tome, this can turn into some cool upgraded cards. I wondered what the translating the tome did for you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we draw a stand together. Both you and another investigator at your location can gain 2 resources. Pretty useful. Okay, back round to the top. Doom phase. Bad card phase. For our lead investigator first. Oh, great. See, this is why I shouldn't say things. Remember a couple minutes ago when I said obscuring fog would be bad at the Miskatonic University. I didn't read the flavor text on there, oh well. And Nathaniel's card, Mysterious Chanting. Place 2 Doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there are no cultist enemies in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist enemy. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a cultist enemy and draw it. Shuffle the encounter deck. Do I get to pick one? I mean, why wouldn't I search for a unique cultist if they're in here, right? Monster Knight Gaunt, Humanoid Cultist, Wizard of the Order. Is he a unique cultist? Humanoid Cultist. I wonder what the definition of unique is. 4/2/2 at the end of the Mythos phase +1 Doom on the Wizard of Order. Let's just get him out of the way. So I don't know if those acolytes count. I guess we'll see. But I thought unique was like a special thing where there was like a little asterisk by the title of the card. Spawn any empty location. North side. Okay, so that now gets us to the end of the Mythos phase, so we have to put a Doom on him. All right, now we go to our turn. Is there anything I want to do before these guys split apart? Not from Harvey, I don't think. That acolyte has a fight of 4. We have a fight of 6. Can we make our fight better? Play after an enemy attacks you. We've got 4 resources. Engage, fight. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location or connect. I could move the enemy to me. And I would do extra damage because this is a fight from an event. I think that's a good plan. So maybe I have Harvey go first, play the encyclopedia. Oh, actually, wait, no. I think his first action, yeah, Harvey's going to go first. His first action is going to be to spend 4 clues to draw from the cultist deck. So we might have a couple of fights to do. Draw the top card of the cultist deck. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that asterisk up on the title is unique. Herman Collins, the Undertaker, spawn at the graveyard. Choose and discard 4 cards from your hand as an action to parlay. Add Herman Collins to the victory display. Okay, so that'll be easy for Harvey to go over there to get him. Because Harvey's a card drawing machine. So that's one action. Now, what can we do? We've got a Shroud of 6. Shroud of 6. You know, I was going to pump up Nathaniel's fight. Yes, maybe Harvey doesn't move. Let's play this for 2 assets. It's our encyclopedia. It's going to get 5 uses on it, and as an action, you can give somebody +2 until the end of the phase. Somebody at our location. And so now both of our hand slots are taken up by both of these tomes, but we have a card that can let us have another tome, because we're a book-wielding machine. So 5, 6 to 4 is +2. Unless I'm going to up my combat or fight skill some other way. I can have Harvey do something else. It's just the shroud on this place is ridiculous. So it's almost better to use the Necronomicon to investigate there. And I know this one is 5. I do not have any resources, and all my cards cost resources. Maybe I'd use preposterous sketches to up it. So I have 5. I mean, I'm -1 right now. I think I'm gonna go back to south side, unfortunately. I hate to use precious actions going back to a place I've already been. Okay, so that was his turn. Now Nathaniel is going to trying to have some action efficiency here. We're going to use get over here. Choose a non-elite enemy at your location or a connecting location. Move that enemy to your location, engage it, and attack it. And this is an event. This is the first card we're discarding. It seems weird. So when we deal damage, we'll be able to deal 2 damage, and this guy just happens to have 2 hit points. So it's 6-4. We're only up 2. The skull X is the highest number of doom on a cultist enemy in play. So there's 1, so that's -1, and we were up 2. And because of our ability, we do 2 damage. He's gone. We get that doom out of play. All right, so second and third action. We had to pay 2 resources to play that. Anything I want to set up? I've got 2 resources left. I mean, Nathaniel could go over there and get that guy. I could discard this. This 4 cards, huh? Let's move 2 for our second and third actions. The graveyard. The graveyard. Wait a minute. That's going to make him engage us and attack us. We'll stop there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll draw a card to get ready to discard. And we got 1-2 punch. I mean, actually, maybe fighting him would be better. Do I have some? I wouldn't be able to do 4 damage. I don't have any cards where I can do 4. Actually, 1-2 punch. Would do 4 damage if I hit him twice. Okay, we'll see how that develops. There's no enemies to attack us. No enemies. He does not have the hunter keyword. Oh, I guess I could have done this also when I defeated the enemy. Yeah, that's okay. It's too late. So let's get our resources and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another laboratory assistant, which actually is not unique, which is interesting. I actually wonder, with all the cards, instead of just fighting, I should have Nathaniel go somewhere else and get that guy. And draw. Vicious blow. top of the next round. Doom and bad cards. Test willpower. 4. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. We're exactly even. I don't want to lose my assets, so I'm going to play Arcane Enlightenment for the 2 willpower symbols. Do not want to lose my stuff here. So I'm up by 2. And I don't want to use my Necronomicon uses for this. So I'm up by 2. -1. We end at +1. Okay, Nathaniel's bad card. On Wings of Darkness, Revelation, test Agility 4, which is bad. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror. Then disengage from each non-Night Gaunt enemy engaged with you and move to a central location. I'm at a central location, that's good. But we're starting at -2. Starting at -2. Just take the damage and the horror. Unless we get super lucky. Oh, we failed automatically. Okay. 1 and 1. And we're already at a central location, so we're good there. Okay, the guy with Mythos stuff is already out. Now here, our first action, we're going to use one of these secrets to give ourselves a +2 intellect. So we're sitting at 7 to 5. 7 to 5, and I'm going to use one of the laboratory assistants to make it 8 to 5, just so I'm up +3. Hood, -2, place 1 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. Oh, bummer. And I was up 3, so we get the clue. I didn't flip these guys back over. Obscuring fog goes away, so that's our second action. Now for our third action, I get +2 to the skill until the end of the phase. So I'm sitting at 7 to now 3 against the south side here. Okay, we beat it by a lot. That was a +1. We take that for our third action. We've got some fast actions here, and I'm going to do that twice. Spend 6. I don't have to exhaust this or anything. I'm going to spend all 6 of these to discover the 2 clues at the university. Now that is not going... Yeah, that's not going to take the obscuring fog off, I don't think, because I did not successfully investigate there. Okay, that was 3 actions from Harvey. Now Nathaniel. He's got a doom on him. I think I go fight him. We use Nathaniel's strengths. The unfortunate thing is at the graveyard, this is kind of like a little side detour. It's going to take a lot of movement. So Nathaniel moves there. We reveal it. Shroud of 1, 2 clues per investigator. Cool. Force, after you enter the graveyard, test willpower 3. If you fail, you must either take 2 horror or move to Rivertown. Oh, great. We have a willpower starting of 3. And we'll make it 4, 5. I'm gonna make it 5. I don't want to fail this. This guy engages us. So it's 5 to 3. 5 to 3. -1. We're good. So we don't have to take the horror or move. So now for my second action, what was I gonna do? I'm gonna fight him with Monster Slayer. This doesn't cost any resources, because this is an event that will let me fight. Yeah, this is my second action. Oh, you know what? I gotta put the clues out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, regular attack, I'll get 1 damage. That says the attack deals +1 damage, so that's 2, and my ability makes it 3. And then when I'm doing the skill test for the fight, I'm going to add Vicious Blow. Skill test is successful during an attack. The attack deals +1 damage, so that would be 4 damage in 1 attack. And it's got 1 combat icon. So with this and his base, that makes it 6, 7 to 3. I'm up 4. Up 4. -2 is successful. Doing a bunch of damage. So Undertaker, let's make a victory display right there. We'll take the Doom off of him. For some reason, I feel like I did not put a Doom on here this round. I might have forgot to do that. All right, I'm going to use the Boxing Glove ability to draw a card. Or it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spirit Event, Spirit Event. 1-2 Punch is a Spirit Event. Glory is a Spirit Event. I think I'll take maybe another Get Over here. Yes. Okay, that was only our second action. Now, with such a low shroud, even though he only has an intellect of 2, maybe we just take a chance and investigate here for our third action. We're up by 1. Hey, -1, so we are successful. Nathaniel found a clue. All right. There are no enemies to move or to fight. We will reset the encyclopedia. It'd be nice to get our docent, to get our Necronomicon back. Reset that. Flip these over. Resources. And cards. What do we draw? For every 3 cards in your hand, take 1 damage. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And another Flesh Ward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, back to the top. Do the Doom for sure. And bad cards. Oh, this is the... Actually, this isn't bad. This is going to move me to a central location. It's Testing 4, it's the same Wings of Darkness card. The bad part is taking the damage in the horror. I failed by a ton. That was a -3. Okay, so take a damage and a horror, and we get moved to a central location. And now Nathaniel's bad card. Place 2 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there are no cultist enemies in play, search the encounter deck. Yada yada. Guess I could take it from the discard pile. And he has to spawn at an empty location. So I guess we will move Nathaniel up there. And when he enters play, he has a doom on him. So now we're at 5 of 6. All right. So that's the bad stuff. Now, let's start the turn first action turning in 4 clues to reveal the top cultist. Wolfman Drew spawned downtown. When Wolfman Drew attacks, heal 1 damage from him. Okay. And he's got 4 hit points and attack of 4. So I think Nathaniel's next turns are just move, move, fight, fight. Send Harvey over here to get clues. So Harvey's got 2 actions left. We'll move for 1 and investigate. Harvey can fight as well using his book. No, we're going for the clues. 5 to 1 for our last action, -1. Take that clue. Okay, Harvey's done. Now Nathaniel will move, and this guy will engage him. And now we just do a straight up fight. We are at 6 to 3. This guy's only got 1 health point. Okay, we beat him by a lot. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm good. Do I want another spirit event? 1-2 punch will be good for fighting Wolfman Drew next time, and I've got both of those. I've only got 1 of them. I guess, you use the ability when you can, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Monster Slayer's a spirit event. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. Don't really need that. Drawing 2 cards, weakness, Greta, and a tactic event. Monster Slayer is a spirit event. Take that one. All right, so we're all done. He's not a hunter. There's no enemies engaged with us. Refresh. Flip back over. Resource. And card. Library docent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like how that developed. Greta Wagner. We've got just enough to play her also. Can we do 4 damage again? Probably with 1-2 punch, right? Fight the enemy again. We do, yeah, we can do 4 with this. Oh, but then we don't have enough resources. Ooh, we don't have to move. Oh, we don't have enough resources to play both of those either. Relentless would have been good to have out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To do 4 damage, we've got to save resources to play 1-2 punch. All right. So we've got our resources, we've drawn our cards. We need to go Mythos phase. So we're at 5 out of 6. I hope we're at 5 out of 6 and not 6 out of 6. Bad cards. Harvey's bad card. Attached to a location with the most clues and without a locked door attachment, the attached location cannot be investigated. Oh, that sucks. As an action, we can test Combat 4 to break down the door or Agility 4 to pick the locks to discard locked door. Okay. Nathaniel's card. False lead. Revelation. If you have no clues, false lead gains surge. If you have 1 or more clues, test 4 intellect. For each point you fail by, place 1 of your clues on your location. Oh, you know what? I did not look at East Town. While you're in East Town, reduce the cost of each ally asset you play by 2. Perfect. That is perfect. So we're down 2 on this test. My 2 against the 4 I got to test against. -4. I lose by 6. So we got to put our clue at the location. Well, I know where Harvey's going next after he deals with this stupid locked door. Actually, no. Forget you, locked door. And I'll show you why I say that. It's now our turn. We are going to pay 1 resource to play Library Docent. And again, when Library Docent comes into play, we return a tome to our hand. Then we can play another tome from our hand, reducing its cost by 2. We don't have, oh, we have the Forbidden Tome. It doesn't say you may. I think we have to do this. It's free. It's the only tome we've got. It'll have 5 uses, but it's gonna go away soon because we can only have 2 hand slots used. So our first action was to play the Library Docent to get our Necronomicon back. Now we're going to go second action, third action to East Town, and Harvey's done. Now Nathaniel, while at East Town, allies are 2 cheaper. So we're going to play Greta. Yes, we're going to play Greta for a cost of 3 as our first action. That gives us another combat. We could discover a clue at our location. That's one action. Second action will be to move downtown. That's gone. So Wolfman Drew will engage us downtown. We can heal 3 horror. Shroud of 4. 2 clues per investigator. Also has a victory point. Graveyard has a victory point. Miskatonic University has a victory point. Okay, that was our second action. Now for our third action, I'm going to spend 2 resources to play, so we're out of resources now, to play 1-2 punch. We get +1 combat for this attack. This is a fight event. If you succeed, you can fight the enemy again, getting +2, dealing +1 damage. Okay, so let's walk through this. We are at 5, 6, 7, 8 to his 4, so we're at +4. Oh, good thing, because this is a -3. So we succeed by 1. And we're going to use our ability. When you deal damage to an enemy by an event, or a fight ability on an event, deal an extra damage. We can do that once per phase. So that's our one time we can do that extra damage. Now we fight again with +2 combat. We haven't defeated an enemy, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're up by 5. Okay, we win by 5. This gives us +1 damage. So our normal 1 plus our other 1 is 2 more, makes 4 total against Wolfman Drew. So now we've defeated an enemy. We can deal a damage to Greta to discover a clue at our location. And let's use our ability. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gain 2 resources. This is an asset, not a spirit event, not a spirit event, not a spirit event, and Tommy Malloy. So we'll clean them out. Where's my hand? Right there. So we're getting to a pretty thin deck on Nathaniel's side, and both of his weaknesses are still in there, I think. Okay, I think that was a pretty good turn. So no enemies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. No enemies to engage us. No hunters. Go to the refresh. Flip, flip. Now just take one like this for now. Get a card. Extensive research. Reduce the cost to play extensive research by 1 for each other card in your hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right now it would cost 6 to discover 2 clues. If I go over there, anything else, it's going to let me draw some cards. Preposterous sketches. Okay, we might have a play here for a cheap way to get some assets off of downtown. All right, so that was his card. How many cards does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, I just counted them. Now this is his 8th, I think. So physical training. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 8. All right, so now, unfortunately, that's our 6th Doom at the start of the Mythos phase here. The Masked Hunter, silently stalking. Spawn engaged with prey. Prey is someone who has the most clues. Fortunately, right now they both have 1. The Masked Hunter gets +2 health per investigator. So he's sitting at 8 health right now. While you are engaged with the Masked Hunter, you cannot discover or spend clues. Okay. So I'm going to choose to have him engage Nathaniel, obviously. I forgot to reset his boxing gloves. Yes. So that was just... Oh, let's check this out. Time is running short. The minutes pass quickly as your investigation continues. As an action, we can resign. And 8 Doom advances the agenda. All right. So we can always resign at some point, and if I remember correctly, however many of these unique cultists we find, it's going to impact the next scenario. Okay, so bad cards. Harvey's bad card. False lead. If you have no clues, false lead, then we have to test book of 4. For each point you fail by, place one of your clues on your location. So we're up by 1. I think I'm going to use Wit and Green for 1 and Occult Invocation. I hope I don't get attacked. Yeah, I should probably keep that. I'm up by 2. I mean, Laboratory Assistant is going to let me draw some cards. I can draw 4 with Preposterous, so that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4. That would give me 8. 9, 10. I'm trying to make extensive research as cheap as possible to get clues off of downtown. I'll do it. Oh, although she would be free playing at Easttown. Oh, no. Three cards. 6 cards total. Making extensive research so cheap. I'm up by 2, so there's 3 tokens in here that could make me fail. I hope I don't regret this. I'm up by 2. I mean, I guess the worst thing that can happen is I lose a clue, right? Oh, auto fail. So I'm glad I didn't play the card. So that makes it so that I have a skill of 0. So I fail by 4, but I've only got 1 clue. Easttown likes to take clues back. All right, and now Nathaniel's card cannot be investigated, so it's a locked door on downtown as well. Attach your location with the most clues. Oh no, it's Easttown. Shoot. It does not go on downtown. Well, we could use the Occult Invocation to get rid of that thing. Okay, so it's our turn. Yeah, darn it. It's only a 2 shroud, I guess. So who do I want to go first? I think I'm going to have Harvey go first. So if I play Occult Invocation, I have to discard cards. In order to get bonuses to my combat. Because right now I'm only up by 1. Or I could play it just for the skill icon, because I really need to keep cards. I'll go up by 2 and use the combat. Oh wait, no, then I'm not getting the benefit of the power. Oh wait, that's with a fight. No, this doesn't work. This does not work. Nathaniel's going to go first, I think. Yeah, Nathaniel will go first. He is engaged with the Masked Hunter. And the Masked Hunter has 8 health. And an attack of 4. We're sitting at an attack of 5, 6, 7. 1-2 punch would be nice. We've already used that. All right, so let's play this event. 0 resource cost. It's a fight. When the action begins, gain 2 resources. And we can get an extra damage here. And we're up by 3. 7-4. And the skull is X with X is the number of doom on a cultist in play, and there's none. So that's -0. All right, so that's 2 damage. Okay, so that was 1 action. Let's do Monster Slayer. So our second action, we're playing this card to fight, deal +1 damage. We can hopefully do 2 more here. We're still up by 3. Ooh, -3. Okay. Too bad that's limited once per phase, but I guess it would be way OP if it wasn't. Actually, we could use it again on Counter Punch. I wonder something. Can you engage an enemy you're already engaged with? Or can you skip a part of a card? I don't have any other events that I can use to do 2 damage right now. So we're going to get hit by this guy on his turn. That's okay. We got to take some damage sometime, right? Just doing a normal, regular attack here. Oh, wait a minute. When you're engaged... No, wait, he doesn't heal. Who? Oh, Wolfman Drew is the one that healed. So we're up by 3. And we know that that is a 0. So just 1 damage coming through. So that's 5 out of 8. Those were our 3 actions. Harvey is going to play the laboratory assistant for free. Reduce the cost of an ally by 2 while I'm there. Library docent has to go away. After laboratory assistant enters play, draw 2 cards, and with his power, that'll be 3 cards. Put obsessive into play in your threat area. When your turn begins, discard 1 non-weakness card at random from your hand. So that was 1 action. Our second action, we're going to spend all of our resources. We'll get rid of the Forbidden Tome to play the Necronomicon. Why did I put those over there? I kept them aside because I needed the 6 markers. We've got 1 action left. Six. I'm going to take a resource so I have enough to play Preposterous Sketches next turn. Yes. It just feels so weak taking resources. All right, each investigator has taken their turn. Enemies with the hunter keyword, he's already on me. So now he will attack. 2 damage and 1 horror. Two damage, 1 horror. And we are going to play Counter Punch. It's an event with fight. So we're going to do an extra damage here. And we should still be up by 3. -1. So with our ability, because this is a new phase, it doesn't say once per round, it says limit once per phase. 2, 4, 6, 7. He's got 1 hit point left. Okay, reset. Resources. And cards. Vault of Knowledge. Maximum hand size increased by 2 after you successfully investigate. Exhaust this to choose investigate your location to draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Card. Taunt. Okay, that's our new card. Mythos Phase. Doom. And bad cards. Oh no. Hunting Night Gaunt. While attempting to evade Hunting Night Gaunt, double the negative modifier of each revealed chaos token. Wow, this guy's got a lot of health. Okay, now Nathaniel. He's also going to have a Hunting Night Gaunt. Where's my dynamite? Okay. What do I do about this? Engage each enemy at your location. I guess I could get over here, choose a non-elite enemy at your location, move that enemy to your location, engage it, and attack it. My hope was to kill this guy with 1, move over there with 2, and then bust down that locked door for 3, so Harvey could do some investigating. But now we need to do... some more fighting, I guess. Man, health of 4. They've only got agility of 1, but negative modifiers are doubled. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. One more damage on this guy gets rid of him, and then that's our 3rd cultist over here. And we're still up by 3. There's no retaliate or anything. And there's still no doom on cultist. Is that what that one is? The highest number of doom on a cultist, yeah. All right, so that's 8 damage for our first action to this guy. We got lucky that Harvey didn't have a bunch of clues on him when that guy came out. I mean, the Necronomicon 4 uses could deal 3 damage to an enemy. I don't have any good fighting events here to deal with this Hunting Night Gaunt. I mean, I could deal with it, but I mean to do a lot of damage to it. Let's do this. Let's try to evade it. I'm going to throw my Relentless to give me a +1, so our second action is to evade the Hunting Night Gaunt. And we have to remember that negatives out of here are doubled, so we're only up by 2. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. We defeated an enemy. Let's deal a damage to Greta. Exhaust her. Discover a clue at our location. After we defeat an enemy, we can exhaust this and search for 4, 5, 6, a spirit event. Tactic event. Skill card. More boxing gloves. Tactic event and an ally. We did not get a spirit event. Okay, so we still have discarded this card for our evade test here. We're up 2. -2 is a fail. Do I just have to fight him and take the licks from him? We are up by 4. I should have just fought him instead of trying to evade him. -2. Place 1 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. There is no cultist enemy out. The night gaunts are not cultist enemies. All right, so we did 1 damage to him. All right, Harvey, what are you gonna do, man? We got to discard a non-weakness card. We've already got an encyclopedia, so we'll discard that one. We're gonna have to pay our resources to use occult invocation. So right now we are at 5. We have to use our intellect instead of our combat, and we get +1 intellect and +1 damage for this attack for each card discarded as part of the card's cost. So we are at 5, 6, 7 to his 3. We're up by 4 using this spell. Okay, we're successful. So we get to do 3 damage. He's got 1 health left. But now there's next to no chance, unless we spin some secrets off of the Necronomicon to fight him. Or do we just, well, we've got 2 actions left, and there isn't really anything else we can do except fight or evade without taking attacks of opportunity. We don't have any, we do have an event that'll also get us hit with an attack of opportunity. I was hoping to use the Necronomicon to get clues from elsewhere on the board. But so I have a combat of 1. He has a combat of 3. If I spend 2, that could take me to a combat of 5. So for my second action with a combat of 5 to his 3. Five to 3. Oh yes, Elder Sign. We get to draw a card, and then our ability will let us draw a second card. Forbidden Tome and Witten Green. All right, so that helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we pass. We do 1 damage to him, which is enough to get rid of him. And we've got 1 action left. We've got no resources. Which means we can't play any of these cards. We can't discard Obsessive because we've only got 1 action. Do I move to downtown to get those clues? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This would make it 9. 10. It would cost me 2 resources to play Extensive Research. I'll take a resource from my last action. These stupid locked doors. Okay, now let's see what it's going to throw at me. Enemies engaged will attack. She's going to take the horror. That's why I've got these. She'll take the horror, and Nathaniel will take the physical damage. There's no other enemies out there. Upkeep. Flip. Flip. Resource. Resource. Card. Burning the Midnight Oil. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. Hey. Too bad I can't investigate because of the stupid locked doors. And card. Dynamite. Dynamite, I could have used you probably a minute ago. Yeah. I gotta try it just for fun. Wish I had an automatic disengage card. These reset. Reset, reset. Okay. Doom. Bad cards. You must either spend 1 clue or take 2 damage. We do not have a clue to spend. So we're at 5 out of 7 damage on Harvey. And that's that. And now bad card. You must either spend 1 clue or take 2 damage. He would be at 5. He would be at 7 of 9. Nathaniel's going to go first. So that was bad stuff. We get into investigator phase. Nathaniel's going to go first. Do I have? I don't. I'm going to try to evade it again. There's an agility icon on taunt. So it's 3 to 1. I'm up by 2. We are choose an investigator at your location. We're not at the same location. I'm up by 2. Darn it. I've wasted 2 actions on this guy. I should have just taken the attack of opportunity. If he's engaged with me, does he move with me? Engaged enemies. Okay, so I wanted to look it up. Yeah, enemies do move with you. I feel like I've been really stagnant. These locked doors have really messed with my plan. I guess I just have to keep damaging him and hope that I get an event that will let me do extra damage. So my first action was an evade, and I did not get away. I've got 5, 6, 7 to his 3. I'm up 4. I'm just going to fight him. Tablet, -3. If you fail, place one of your clues on your location, but I did not fail. I was up by 3. And we'll fight him again. Should have fought him 3 times and he'd have been dead. You know, chaos bag dependent. Like that, -4, I failed. Oops. All right, so that's Nathaniel's weak turn. Okay, Harvey. I mean, I guess is my Necronomicon plan in shambles? I can heal 3 horror in the downtown area with an action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think my first action, I'm going to play Preposterous Sketches. That lets me draw 3 cards, but with my power I can draw 4, and that's going to cost me both of my resources. So 1, 2. Oh wait, beginning of my turn I had to discard a card. Witten Green. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards other than extensive research. And actually, yeah, okay, my laboratory assistant gives me a +2 hand size. So that's one action. I've got to get Nathaniel over there to break this door down. Second action will be to move. Third action, I'm going to investigate. And I'm going to do it via burning the midnight oil. Investigate. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. Take 2 resources. I'm going to spend a secret off the Necronomicon. So I have 5, 6, 7 to the Shroud of 4. Seven to 4 is, so 3 plus 3 minus 3 makes it a success. Okay. So that's Harvey's action. Now, bad guys, no hunters. He's going to attack. Take the horror and the damage. Now, let's take our resources and cards. Another disc. Give me a damaging event. Oh, it's a skill that will do +1 damage. Vicious blow. Good. Mythos. Oh, we gotta ready everything. Ready. Ready. Place a doom. Bad cards. You must either spend 1 clue or take 2 damage. We cannot take 2 damage. We have to spend our hard-earned clue. Good thing, because we've only got 2 health left. Oh, we could have put a damage here. That takes me to 1 health. I'm gonna do it. He'll take a damage, she'll take a damage, and be gone. Nathaniel's bad card. Test 4 willpower. If you fail, choose and discard an asset you control. Dynamite has 2 willpower on it. Physical training has a willpower, and so does flesh ward. So we will add 2 willpower. So we're testing 5 to 4. Let's test 6 to 4. Okay, good. -2, so we passed. So our deck is out. The encounter deck just gets shuffled, I'm almost positive. This will be real quick. Shuffle the encounter deck, discard pile back into the encounter deck. All right, so we've done our bad cards. Now it's our turn. Let's deal with this first. We're going to attack. We are at 5, 6, 7, 8 with our vicious blow with +1 damage. So we're up by 4. No, we're up by 5. Sorry. Whew. It's amazing how they come out upside down like almost every time. This gives us +1 damage. Knight Gaunt defeated. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can get that clue for free, but it makes this card less efficient because I just defeated an enemy. Let's use this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tommy Malloy is still in here. Stand Together is a spirit event. Boxing gloves. Tommy Malloy. 1-2 punch is a spirit event. I think I want the resources this time, actually. Tommy's no fun to fight either. You can only do 1 damage to him at a time. Graveyard has a victory point on it. So that was that. Now, do we want to use this to discover the clue, or is Harvey just going to pay to discover it? Harvey's just going to pay. Stand together for our second. Investigators at our location get two resources. In our third action, we're going to move over here, so next turn we can hopefully take care of this locked door. He's done. Harvey's turn. Now we could maintain some resources here. Oh, this stupid thing. Dang it. Discard the disc. My first action is going to be to draw a card, and I get another card because of my ability. Hey, we got Lita. So if we were fighting monsters, and those night gaunts are monsters, where were you just a second ago, Lita? Cryptic writings. After you draw cryptic writings during your turn, play it. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. All right, so extensive research is going to be our second action. Reduce the cost to play extensive research by 1 for every other card in your hand. We've got 9 other cards in our hand. So that's going to cost 3 to discover 2 clues. Now we've got 4. Question is, do we bring the next cultist out now? Just to see where they are? We need 6 to advance the act, and we've got 3. Where do I move? Let's spend them before we lose them, just so we can see where this person's going to come out. They don't have to be at the same location. It just says the investigator spend 2 clues per investigator as a group. Draw the top card of the cultist deck. So Nathaniel had 1 and Harvey has 3. Ruth Turner, the mortician, spawn at St. Mary's Hospital. She has to be evaded with a 5 evasion test. She's way down in the corner. She's 1, 2, 3 steps away. Yep. Okay, so that was Harvey's third action. No enemies to fight. Reset. Mythos phase, Doom, so 4 out of 8. I'm pretty sure we do not want to let that get to 8. Time is running short, it says. Thinking about pile shuffling there for a second. Okay. Bad cards. Harvey. Acolyte. Nathaniel. No. Stupid night gaunt. Darn it. Arkham. Well, Harvey, We've only got to do 1 damage. It's got a combat of 3 and the evasion of 2. Oh wait, he gets a doom. I have to discard a card. How about higher education, I guess? Downtown and Rivertown are not connected. So 1, 2, 3 to go to St. Mary's. Do I evade and go to Easttown? Oh, you know what I'll do? This is what I'm going to do. Nathaniel's also got a guy on him. So he can't work on that locked door while the Night Gaunt is alive. Or he takes an attack of opportunity. Nathaniel's going to go first. We're going to play Get Over here. Even though the acolytes engage with him, it's considered to be at a connecting location. So I can engage an enemy at a connecting location, move it to my location, engage it, and attack it. I'm pretty sure this is legit. Other than I need to spend the 2 resources. It's got a fight of 3. I'm at 7, so I'm up 4. Okay. It's defeated. We get the doom out of there. Now, let's search for spirit event. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Asset. Tactic event. Tactic. Ally. Tommy Malloy. Ally. I do not want to deal a damage to Greta in order to get a clue. So his 2 other actions. I guess we fight the Night Gaunt. We are at 5, 6, 7 to 3. We're up 4. And we're still up 4. That is highest number of doom on a cultist, which is none. Okay. Now, Harvey. Harvey's going to put Lita Chandler into play. Harvey has to discard something. Harvey's going to discard higher education because of his weakness. Lita's one action. Moving here is another action. So we're at a combat of 2. 3, 4. 3, 4. 5. We got a wild on this. 6 on this. We're at a combat of 6. We're fighting with our third action on the Night Gaunt. If we miss, Nathaniel takes the damage, I believe is how this works. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 3. We're up 3, and Lita gives us +1 damage against a monster, and the Night Gaunt is a monster. So Harvey might be able to take it out. Oh, Harvey Walters. -3. We were up 3. We spent a lot to do it. Good job, Harvey. All right. Are we finally getting something done? Who knows? Boxing gloves back. Reset, reset. Go to the Mythos phase. Doom and bad cards. If you have no clues, false lean gains surge. I don't. If you have 1 or more clues, test that. Okay, so it surges because we have no clues. Mysterious chanting. Place 2 doom on the nearest cultist enemy. If there are no cultist enemies in play, search for 1. I'm going to take it out of the discard pile. And it has to go to the nearest, not the nearest, it just goes into an empty location. Here, I guess. This should be 5, right? I think I put that out as a 2. So there's 6 total. Now his bad card, obscuring fog. I don't know if we're going to get another one. I did not get resources and draw cards. I kind of thought there was something I was missing. Randall Cho. Cryptic's Writings. It's not my turn though, so this does not trigger. Yeah, so those are my resources. I did the bad cards. It's my turn. So we're going to bring out his brother, Randall Cho, for 2 resources and heal 3 damage. Then we're going to combat test for our second action against this locked door. So it's a 4. We're at 5, 6, 7. We're up by 3. Ah. Third action, we're doing it again. Before we do that, just for fun, I'm playing the dynamite to blow up this acolyte to get the doom off the table. Then we're testing this again, up by 3. Oh, -3. Locked door has been bashed down. Now, Harvey's turn. He's got an obscuring fog, so we're looking at a shroud of 4. We're sitting at 5. I don't have anything that's going to get me extra clue draws here. So first action, 5. There's 2 intellect icons here for 6, 7. 7 to 4 because of the obscuring fog. I'm up by 3 for my first investigate. -1, okay. That's a success. Obscuring fog goes away. I'm just going to investigate 2 more times because now I'm at 5 to 2. I'm up by 3. Before I do that, actually, I'm going to spend the last 2 secrets on the Necronomicon to draw 2 cards and use my ability to draw a third one. So now my deck is empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so for my second action, I'm going to play another Burning the Midnight Oil. Yep, another Burning the Midnight Oil. Let's investigate. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. So we are at, again, 5. So we're up by 3 on this investigate. -1, we'll take that clue. And then, because we're running out of time, no, I don't have enough. 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I discard a card? I discarded Cryptic Writings. Nope, I used that for the test. I did not discard a card because of this. So I'm way low. We'll just do this test again. Up by 3. +1. This is my hand. Draw. Drawing cards. I gotta take a horror when it's time to draw cards. Okay, so they've both gone. She's not a hunter, so there's no enemies to do anything. Reset cards. Take resources. And we got to take a horror. It's not a whole lot of turns left. Draw a card. Deduction. Could have used you a minute ago. And draw a card. 1-2 punch. Mythos phase. 6 out of 8. Bad cards. Every time Harvey gets them. Oh wait, doesn't go against him. Sure, back to downtown. Night Gaunt. Lita is here at the location though, so Night Gaunt's not as bad. Actually, we can get rid of it in one turn with 1-2 punch. I'm actually going to have Harvey go first. He has to discard a card. Extensive research is probably just too expensive now. So first action, we're still up by 3, 5-2. Oh wait, Doom, that makes 7 Doom. We're up by 3. Oh, auto fail. Doing it again. Up by 3. -2. And then last action will be to turn in 4 clues. I just want to see where this next cultist is going to come out. And then that'll be Harvey's turn. Victoria Devereaux, north side. Spend 5 resources to parlay to add her to the victory display. Okay. One, 2, resource 3. Okay, I think we can get her. And then 1, 2. That stupid locked door. Okay, so oh, he's got this guy on him. Harvey's got a bunch of resources. But that cultist with that doom on him, if we don't do something about that, then we're in trouble. I got to move and take the attack of opportunity. So Rando will just take all the damage and the horror. The acolyte will engage us. So we've had 1 action so far. This is interesting. For our second action, we could move, take an attack of opportunity. Have Greta take it. Now let's just get rid of the acolyte. So for our second action, now we don't have Lita Chandler. For our second action, we're just going to fight the acolyte. 5, 6, 7 to 3. We're up by 4. Skull. There's one cultist with the doom, so that's -1. Okay, so that's plenty. So that's going to buy us one more turn. Now, our third action, we're going to play 1-2 punch for 2 resources. We get +1 for this attack. 5, 6, 7, 8 to 3. We're up by 5. Okay, and our ability is going to give us an extra damage. This is a fight event. Then we get to fight it again with +2. So we're up by a lot. I think the tentacle is the only thing that will make us fail. And we get a +1 damage. That's a -2. Okay, so the night gaunt is gone. And that's Nathaniel's turn. Okay. That has been played. There's no enemies to attack us. Reset our characters. Get a resource and a resource card. It's not my turn, so that doesn't trigger, and a card. Another boxing gloves. We add the 7th doom. Okay, so we add the 7th doom, Mythos phase, bad cards. Crypt Chill. We might have to discard an asset if we fail. So willpower 4. We'll toss this in to make our willpower a 6, so we're up 2. -2, we pass. Now Nathaniel's bad card. Oh. That sucks. Test 4 agility. If you fail, take 1 damage and 1 horror. Then move to a central location. He's going to get moved to Rivertown. So we're down 2. I have no cards to add to this. We lost by a lot, by 4. I have to take 1 and 1. And we get moved to a central location. Okay, our turn. Harvey has to toss a card. Let's toss this. So we will do 2 actions. 1, 2 to go to the north side. Spend 5 resources, gain 2 clues from the token pool. Group limit once per game. 4 clues here. She would engage him, but our last action is going to be to do the action on her card to parlay to spend 5 resources to add her to the victory display. And that's Harvey's turn. Now this is essentially Nathaniel's last turn. Because we're at 7 doom. Can we get another victory point? 1 to move, 1 to deal with this, and only 1, possibly 1 clue. So it would still be covered. One, 2, an action to spend 5 resources. Nope. So let's see. Is resigning an action? It is an action. I don't think there's anything I can do. It would take me 2 movements to get here. The third action would be to evade it. I don't know what's worse. I don't know if getting to the 8 doom, or should I just resign with my 4? Or do I let the time run out with 5? I don't feel like letting the time run out is good. An evasion of 5, there's no way I'd evaded 5. I've only got 2, so it'd be -3. It's not worth it. So I think, oh, wait a minute. I actually think the time is going to run out. Harvey did not resign. Because resigning, I think, is per character. But I had to do it that way to get Victoria. I had to move 2. Or do I get 1, move 2? Yeah, because Randall's too far away too. We just go for broke then. Time's going to run out. 1, 2. She will engage. And our third action will, we have to get the Elder Sign to successfully engage her. We're down by 3. I mean, to successfully evade her. Oh, we're down by 7. Okay, so that's the investigator's phase. Enemy phase. She would attack. Then reset. Getting moved down to Rivertown by that night gaunt kind of destroyed my plan of having Randall move over there to do it. Then they resource move. No, he still wouldn't have been able to resign, I guess. Okay, so we go to the Mythos phase. We put the 8th Doom on the agenda. 12 bells ring out across the town. It is midnight. There's no time left to investigate the city. You must act based on the information you've collected from the cultist you found. Read Resolution 2. "12 bells ring out, signaling midnight. You're out of time. The cult's ritual will begin shortly. You've managed to obtain some useful information about the cult and its plans. You can only hope it's enough. So it's okay to let it run out. In your campaign log, under the cultist we interrogated, record the names of each unique cultist enemy in the victory display. In your campaign log, under the cultist who got away, record the name of each unique enemy still remaining in the cultist deck or in play." Okay, so we'd have to... We've got Ruth and... who was left? Peter Warren would have spawned at the university. Spend 2 clues to parlay, add Peter Warren to the victory display. Oh, man. He seems like he would have been easy. In your campaign record, it is past midnight. If the gold priest in the victory display, he's not still alive. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory display. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. 6 experience. Okay, that was Midnight Masks. Over 2 hours on this one, but it's fun. I'm sure I messed some stuff up. Hopefully I did that Doom correctly, but I'll level up their decks and continue on with the starter decks into the last scenario for the Night of the Zealot campaign. I hope you are enjoying this. Leave me any comments down below. I'll see you next time.